SkyAlert USA Weather Report, January 15, 2026. Full video script 1650 plus words. Good morning and welcome to SkyAlert USA. I'm bringing you critical weather updates for Thursday, January 15, 2026, covering the United States and Canada. Today's forecast reveals a significant Arctic weather pattern that continues to grip large portions of North America. With multiple winter weather alerts still in effect, and challenging conditions expected to persist through the weekend. Current weather situation, January 15, 2026, adds. We begin the day on Thursday, January 15th. The weather story across the United States and Canada remains dominated by a powerful Arctic air mass that has been firmly entrenched across the continent since early January. This cold pattern is being driven by what meteorologists call the polar vortex, a large area of low pressure and extremely cold air that typically sits over the polar regions, but has descended southward, bringing frigid temperatures and active winter weather to millions of residents. The current temperature anomalies are striking. Much of the eastern United States is experiencing temperatures running 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit below normal for mid-January. Cities from the Great Lakes through the Midwest and into the Northeast are dealing with daytime highs that struggle to reach the 20s and 30s, while overnight lows are plunging into the single digits and below zero in many locations. Wind chill values have been particularly dangerous, with some areas in North Dakota and Minnesota experiencing feels-like temperatures approaching minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Lake effect snow continues to be a major story across the Great Lakes region. Downwind areas of Lakes Erie, Ontario, and Michigan are seeing periodic snow showers with accumulations of 2 to 4 inches in most locations. Though lake-enhanced snow bands are producing significantly higher totals in favored areas. Cities like Buffalo, Syracuse, and Erie have been dealing with near-blizzard conditions at times, with snowfall rates reaching 2 to 3 inches per hour in the heaviest bands. Western New York remains under winter storm warnings, with some locations having already received 12 to 24 inches of snow, and more accumulation expected through the end of the week. The interior, Northeast, and Appalachian regions are also seeing active winter weather. Periodic snow showers continue to affect these areas as cold fronts and clipper systems move through the region. Mountain areas and upslope regions of the Appalachians have been particularly hard hit, with moderate to heavy snow creating hazardous travel conditions along mountain passes and elevated roadways. Regional breakdown, today's conditions, Great Lakes and Upper Midwest. The most significant weather continues across this region, where the combination of Arctic air and moisture from the Great Lakes is producing impressive snowfall totals. Lake effect snow warnings remain in place for areas downwind of the major lakes, with the heaviest snow expected to continue through Friday. Travel remains extremely difficult to impossible in the hardest hit areas, with whiteout conditions developing rapidly in heavy snow bands. Temperatures remain well below normal, with daytime highs ranging from the upper teens to low 20s. Northeast corridor, from Boston through New York City, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. Conditions are cold but generally dry for most of Thursday. However, clouds will increase during the day, and a broad area of light rain showers is expected to develop ahead of an approaching cold front during the evening hours. These showers should remain light, but they'll be accompanied by gusty winds and a reinforcing shot of cold air overnight. Air quality concerns continue in some urban areas, with pollution levels reaching unhealthy levels for sensitive groups in cities like New York, Northern Plains, and Upper Midwest. Very gusty winds continue to be the main concern across the northern and central high plains on Thursday and Friday. Wind gusts of 40 to 60 miles per hour are creating dangerous wind chills and blowing snow conditions, even where active snowfall has ended. Combined with the already frigid temperatures, these winds are producing life-threatening cold in exposed areas. Residents are urged to limit time outdoors and ensure proper winter weather preparations. Southeast. While not dealing with snow, the Southeast is experiencing unusually cold conditions for mid-January. Temperatures from the Florida Panhandle through Georgia and the Carolinas are running below average. With frost and freeze concerns in some inland areas, the extended period of cold weather is unusual for this region and poses risks to sensitive vegetation and exposed water pipes. Western United States. In stark contrast to the eastern cold, the West continues to experience above-average mild temperatures. However, this doesn't mean quiet weather. The Pacific Northwest and Northern California regions have been dealing with a series of atmospheric river events, bringing heavy rain to lower elevations and significant mountain snow to the Sierra Nevada and Cascades. Canada. Across southern Canada, particularly Ontario and Quebec, conditions mirror those in the northern United States. Extreme cold continues, with lake-effect snow downwind of the Great Lakes. Western Canada, particularly British Columbia and Alberta, is experiencing cold anomalies as well, with this region serving as the source for much of the Arctic air affecting both countries. Average temperatures across Canada in January have been running 2 to 3 degrees Celsius below historical averages, with some areas experiencing temperatures as low as -22 degrees Celsius. 3-day forecast, January 16th to 18th, 2026. Friday, January 16th. The pattern remains active across the eastern United States. Lake-effect snow will continue across the Great Lakes region, with additional accumulations of 3 to 6 inches likely in the snowiest areas. A potential coastal low-pressure system is beginning to appear in forecast models, which could bring winter weather to parts of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast by late Friday into Saturday. Current indications suggest this system will remain offshore, but any westward trend in its track could bring significant snow to major metropolitan areas from the Carolinas through southern New England. Temperatures will remain below normal across the eastern two-thirds of the country, while the west stays mild with continued chances for rain along the Pacific coast. Saturday, January 17th. This could be a significant weather day for the East Coast. A coastal storm system is forecast to develop off the Carolinas and track northeastward during the day. The exact track of this system remains uncertain, but it has the potential to bring a mix of rain and snow to areas from the eastern Carolinas through the mid-Atlantic states and into southern New England. New York City could see rain or snow showers with a 30% chance of precipitation, while areas farther inland have a better chance of seeing accumulating snow. Lake-effect snow will continue across the Great Lakes, though at somewhat lower intensities as wind directions become less favorable. High winds will continue across portions of the northern plains. The system will be monitored closely, as even small changes in track could have major impacts on precipitation, type and amounts. Sunday, January 18th. The coastal system should move away from the east coast, leaving partly cloudy skies and continued cold temperatures in its wake. Any snow that falls on Saturday should taper off by Sunday morning. Temperatures will remain below normal across much of the eastern United States, with daytime highs in the 20s and 30s for most locations. Lake-effect snow will continue but should gradually diminish in intensity. The northern plains will see some relief from the strongest winds, though breezy conditions will persist. The west will remain relatively mild and dry, with the atmospheric river pattern taking a brief pause before potentially reloading later in the month. Extended outlook and patterns, looking beyond this 3-day period. The overall weather pattern shows the cold continuing across the central and eastern United States through at least the middle of next week. The polar vortex is forecast to remain strong in the stratosphere, which typically supports the transport of cold air into the lower latitudes. Multiple clipper systems and shortwave troughs will continue to move through the northern tier of states, bringing periodic chances for snow to the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and Northeast regions. Forecast models suggest that the coldest air of the month may arrive around January 19th and 20th, when temperatures could drop even further below normal across wide areas. Some locations in the Midwest could see temperatures drop to the single digits for daytime highs, with overnight lows well below zero. Wind chills during this period could reach dangerous levels across the northern plains and upper Midwest. The long-range pattern into late January continues to favor below normal temperatures across much of the eastern United States and southern Canada, with near to above normal temperatures persisting in the west. This temperature pattern is being reinforced by the position of the jet stream, which remains buckled in an amplified pattern with a deep trough over the east and a ridge over the west. Winter weather. Safety reminders. With dangerous cold and active winter weather continuing, it's crucial that residents across affected areas take proper precautions. Hypothermia and frostbite can occur in minutes when exposed to extreme cold and wind chill conditions. If you must travel, ensure your vehicle is properly winterized and keep emergency supplies, including blankets, food, water, flashlights, and a first aid kit. Stay informed about changing weather conditions and heed all warnings from local authorities. For those in lake-effect snow zones, Conditions can change dramatically within just a few miles, transitioning from clear skies to whiteout conditions rapidly. Plan extra time for travel and avoid unnecessary trips when conditions are at their worst. If you become stranded, stay with your vehicle and call for help. The National Weather Service continues to monitor several areas of concern, and new watches and warnings may be issued as systems develop and track becomes clearer. Stay tuned to SkyAlert USA for the latest updates as this dynamic weather pattern continues to evolve.